In the day of our Lord, whatever today is, 2023, we're going to be talking about a great game, boys and girls. Halo 4, one of the most overhated, underappreciated gems to ever exist in a series. And I remember when this game came out, and yes, I went to the fucking Pelican mission just to, highlight how great of an experience this game is. How truly groundbreaking, ball-riding, ball-juicingly fantastic this game was. Not only does it have some of the best vehicle combat sections, it has some of the best combat sections in general in this game. And I remember when this game came out, there was a whole thing where they put sprinting in Halo is like taking the Bible and wiping it on your butt cheeks. And I'm like, I don't know about that, man. I think that adding quality of life things to your shooter makes the game better because it's quality of life, you goddamn Nimrods. And, this also was one of the best stories in Halo. Now, is it as good as Halo 2 and 3? Nah, I wouldn't say that. But Master Chief definitely went through his ups and downs in this. He had to deal with the declining mental state of Cortana, which we saw in Halo 3, but it's elaborated on in Halo 4. And you see this decline into madness, not really madness, but depression. And it was a really great character study of Chief. It was a new evolution of the character, and people are like, but he has to talk now, and he shows emotions. Yeah, people have emotions, you goddamn fucking psychopaths, you sociopath monsters. Goddamn it, good dude's been killing aliens for years, stomping and smashing everything in his existence, watching every Spartan to ever be put through the program die around him. And he's supposed to just be fucking stone cold Steve Austin always? Let the guy have his feels, alright? Let him feel emotion once in a while. But again, back to the gameplay of this. Not only, I remember the multiplayer for this was one of the best SWATs I'd ever played. It had a great, weapons. The only thing I remember not liking about the multiplayer was the stupid, ordnance thing, which I hated. I wish they would have just put the weapons around the map, which they did fix in 5. I don't like 5 as much as 4. But I do think that the putting weapons back around the map and making it feel a little bit more like Halo that way. There was some issues that kind of was trying to copy COD when it came to the multiplayer, but when it was actual gameplay and the actual story and the actual campaign of this game, the Forerunners as an enemy, yeah, they were spongy from time to time, but they also were really fun to kill. And the Forerunner weapons were fucking insane. Not to mention just the fact that I'm flying a Pelican right now. Do you know how hard my penis was the first time I did this? I can't really pitch a tent because I'm incredibly small and way below average, but I can pitch something. I'm pitching a goddamn, I don't know what's smaller than a tent. A fucking, Sands Trap Classic bungalow house. I'm pitching one of those. That's what I'm doing. And I remember this had one of the best feeling DMRs. The DMR in this game was so crispy, so juicy. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, this gameplay sucks. Well, I'm sorry. I'm visiting family, and I have a 3-year-old nephew who's awesome and amazing, but he wanted to watch me play this, and I was playing it on cloud gaming on my phone, so it was like looking over a child's top of their head, trying to see the screen, and so my aiming wasn't quite top notch, like Gunplayer Fantastic Man 3000. It was more like, I hope I can hit a target from time to time, while headbutting my existence of my brain against the lining of the skull, trying to figure out how I was gonna, kill anything in this game. And the fact that I only fell off of this platform one time, that's cool. And some of the new additions with weapons, not just the Forerunner weapons, but there was a weapon they added in this, the Saw. The Saw is a gun they need to desperately bring back to Halo. I don't care if I have to go meet up with 343, shake some hands, shake some penises, say, hey guys, we need to be friends. Let's, here's that terrible aiming. Bro, every time I'd go to aim, he'd move. My nephew was like, what's over there? Buzz Lightyear. And I'm like, what are we talking about Buzz Lightyear for? This isn't Toy Story. This is Halo. This is where men go to die. And it wasn't going well. But I don't care who I have to talk to bring the Saw back. The Saw was one of the coolest guns ever. It was fantastic. Everything about this game was just utter peak. And I know that it wasn't made by Bungie, and that was already going to get some shade thrown at 343, because you're like, why isn't Bungie staying? Because they're making Destiny, I guess. They were like, I'm going to make Destiny, and they made Destiny, and it got really popular, and then they made Destiny 2, and it was really popular until people got mad at it. and now they're going to make Marathon, which is pissing me off to this day. But at the same time, the sheer fun factor of Halo 4 and the set pieces and the new Forerunner enemies. I missed the Flood, but the Forerunner and the lore behind the Forerunners and fighting the Architect and all this cool stuff that was there, and seeing Master Chief have to deal with the one person he's talked to consistently throughout the years slowly declining in mental health is really cool. I mean, it really hits home for me. I mean, if you've ever had a loved one who has like declining mental state like Alzheimer's or a dementia, or even just that the onset of dementia and stuff when people get older, or the concussions thing, you understand what it's like to see somebody go through this and how they want to keep fighting forward, how they want to keep pushing through their existence. And look at that saw, dude, just spin that drum mag. I killed that guy and he just kept bending down. And it's stuff like that I thought really set Halo 4 apart, that really pushed it forward in terms of storytelling. It wasn't just Master Chief go kill things, and Halo 2 really pushed that envelope. Halo 3 was really the top of the iceberg moment, completing that story arc with the Flood from Halo 2, and really showing the faults in Covenant's whole world setting, their whole views on life and religion. But Halo 4, it took it in a wild new direction because it needed to. It was, Bungie had their apex, they had their end-all be-all of the Halo series, and then Halo 4 really took it in this new direction, dug into the lore of the books, showed you what you'd been missing if you hadn't read the books with the Forerunner and the deeper lore behind Halo, and it showed you that Master Chief can, be human. I know that he was a self-insertion character early on, all the way through 3, but in 3, you started to see that emotional tearing that he was having losing Cortana. He was like, my bae. And so when 343 did it, they're like, I'm going to make Cortana thicker than ever with an incredibly unnatural thigh gap and an ass that could break cantaloupes. That's right, squish a cantaloupe between them cheeks. That's how incredibly thick Cortana was in Halo 4. And that alone was enough to make me say that this is one of the best Halo games. Yes, is that a little perverted? Yeah. Is she a fucking hologram? Of course, so no one can have sex with her. But I mean, I do appreciate it. It's nice on the eyes. Not to mention that, when you see her go through the pain and she has those sweet, sweet, sad eyes, and you're like, I want to help you, Cortana. Your mental health is suffering, and we will get through this together, and we will end these villains, and we will fix you, god damn it. And that's something that Halo 4 really did, is it built that relationship, and it really, evolved the storytelling, and I felt like it just got underappreciated and unnecessarily hated. I don't understand the hate behind this game. Everybody was like, 343 always does bad, but I'm sorry, Halo 4 is a fucking amazing game. It is definitely deserves to be up there with Halo 1, 2, and 3. It deserves to have a ton. I mean, just look at the fucking new weapons they added. They added in more weapons than any others. The only downside I really had with this game was the multiplayer kind of feeling like too much like COD, not because of sprint, not because of the faster movement or anything. It was because of the ordnance. That was it. The ordnance thing was stupid. I thought that was dumb. It should have had weapons around the map that you could pick up. I did like having my own loadout. I thought that was a cool addition. I wish they would bring that back in, and I would think loadouts. But let me start with a battle rifle if I want to, instead of the AR. That's not I don't feel like that should be controversial. I mean, these reloading animations on these guns were fucking insane. And another thing that I really didn't like is the fact that they did remove dual wielding. I think dual wielding was really, really fun in Halo 2 and 3, and I would love to see it make a comeback, maybe in the next Halo. Bring it back with some SMGs, maybe just some of the handheld guns, just bring it back for that. Not all of them have to have it, but if you, with the pistol, right? The pistol sucked in Halo 2. So what you do is you make in single hand mode, in non-dual wield mode, you have the scope, and it does the same amount of power as it does in dual wield, but you have the scope, you have that bonus. And then when you want to just go ham wild and fucking gunslinger ablazing, let that happen. I mean, it's just adding more fun to the game.
And so when I only have 2 complaints on this game, like 5, I have a huge complaint. The entire campaign, it sucked, it was boring. This game had so much juiciness to it, so much different fun. The different abilities were good. It just took what was done in Halo Reach and Halo 3 and advanced it, and then advanced the storytelling. And yet everyone hates it and puts it as like one of these as a bad game, and not as, and holds it to such an evil regard. I think it's unfair. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming out to watch my Halo 4 love fest, where I just coom all over the screen about a game that everybody else hates. I do think in my heart this will always be a great game. Thank you guys so much, and have a great rest of your day or whatever.